My name is Lindsay Mullis. I am the Clinical Director for Health Promotion with Special Olympics Kentucky, and I'm super excited to be a part of the Wellness Wednesdays today. I also work for the University of Kentucky's Human Development Institute, running our Inclusive Health and Wellness Initiative. And so we're partnering together to be able to bring our athlete ambassadors and talk about some of the wonderful ways that we can stay healthy and be the best athletes we can be at home, and just be thinking about what it means to be healthy at home. And so that's who I am, and I'm going to let the rest of my team introduce themselves as well. So I'll pass it to you, Danielle.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Danielle Augustine, and I work with Lindsay across UK's Human Development Institute, and I work a lot with Special Olympics as a clinical director. So we're really excited to bring this to y'all today in the next couple of weeks.
And my name is Morgan Turner. I'm a Special Olympics athlete ambassador, and I also work with Lindsay and Danielle at the University of Kentucky's Human Development Institute. So we're glad to be here.
And Katie, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yes. My name is Katie Williams. I'm an athlete ambassador from Central City, Kentucky, and I'm an athlete as well. And I'm glad to be here.
Last but not least, we have Desiree.
I'm Desiree Nickel. I'm an athlete ambassador from Moorhead, and I'm a Special Olympics athlete also.
So hopefully you all will join us not just today, but the next 2 Wednesdays as we talk about different ways that we can stay healthy at home. It is interactive. We do have some questions for you all, so we'll definitely get started, and feel free to, when we ask questions, to unmute yourself so that you can respond. There's also a chat box option. If you look at the bottom of your screen, there's a little bubble that says chat, and you can type it in and interact and ask questions that way. So with that being said, we are looking forward to our first topic today, and I'm going to turn it over to Morgan to get us going.
All right, let me zip full screen. Get here. Okay, so like I said, my name is Morgan Turner. I'm a Special Olympics athlete and athlete ambassador and health education specialist at the University of Kentucky's Human Development Institute. And today I'm just going to talk to you about healthy snacking. So staying healthy at home. Eating healthy is not only important for you physically, your physical health, it's good for your overall well-being. Also, it helps your immune system, which is really important right now because you don't want to get sick with the coronavirus or any other illnesses. Staying healthy at home can be hard, and I know that eating healthy and snacking is hard for most of us. So we're going to use this session to give you tips about healthy snacking and set you up for success.
Great, thanks, Morgan. So we're going to start off by asking you all some questions just to get our wheels turning. And so Lindsay, as Lindsay said, you can either unmute yourself to talk or you can type it in the chat box. But we just wanted to put the question out there to you is, when do you find yourself normally snacking? So I know some people, it might be between lunch and dinner, it might be late night. So when do you personally find yourself snacking? And I see that one person raising your hand, so you can unmute yourself if you want and go ahead and talk.
I usually snack at night before I go to bed.
Yep, I think that's really common. I do that sometimes as well. Anyone else? Oh, Ashley Smith, you all are muted. If you unmute, you will be able to hear you. So it should be at the bottom of your Zoom window. It'll say,
There you go.
There you are.
Apples are healthy and they make you walk, right?
Apples are good. What time of day do you like to eat apples and fruit normally?
Yeah.
My cousin's not here.
Go ahead.
She's not.
We eat apples because it's healthy for you.
true. Apples are a good one.
Anybody else? She's got a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And,
I mean,
and also drinking water too.
I see that Julia had her hand up as well. Julia, go ahead. If you can, you can unmute yourself if you click at the bottom, or if the host can unmute Julia, that would be helpful.
Yeah, if you say, stay on lucky.
hi.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all already started to jump the gun with some of the questions we're going to ask later about healthy snacks. So some of you said you like to snack in the evening times. I think that that's really common. And so some of you already started to talk about this, but what is your go-to snack or your snack of choice? We had somebody mention apples already. I know Morgan likes carrots.
Apple.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Watermelon's good for you.
That's a good one.
I know for Danielle and I, we both really like chips. That's our favorite salty, crunchy snack.
We like chips a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll get into some more snacks as we move forward. About different kinds of snacks and maybe healthy versus not so healthy. I'll let Morgan take it away with this slide.
All right. So what's a snack versus what's a meal? So what's the difference when we're eating a snack versus when we're having a meal? Eat between three main meals. It could be smaller than a meal, less food, less calories, something easy to munch on, and it's convenient. A snack is convenient. It's easy to go get something out of the fridge or pantry.
So I think right now, especially when we're all staying healthy at home and time kind of blurs together, sometimes it's a little difficult to, portion out your meals versus your snacks, but being mindful of, having those smaller amounts of snacks between your three main meals if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so being mindful of those choices that we make, even if, maybe waking up a little later than normal and not eating in normal time, still being mindful of those snacks.
All right, and then.
So we're gonna talk about ways that we can build healthy snacks. And so here's just some examples of things that you can put together to create a healthy snack. And I really like this because I think when people sometimes think of a snack, you just think of a single piece of food, right? You just think of a piece of food or a handful of nuts or something like that. But knowing that you can combine different foods to make a healthy snack, I think offers a lot of variety and makes it more exciting, but it's also gonna help you to stay full longer. So you can see on this slide, there's examples of combining fruit or vegetables with like a healthy fat or a grain. So all of these different types of food combinations are really gonna help you create a well-balanced, healthy snack. And so I like to say add some color and texture. Don't be afraid to pair different foods together and try different things. I know I really like peanut butter on fruit or peanut butter on toast with some fruit on top. So just encouraging you all to get creative with it and try different things together, and really combining those different types of food groups as well.
That's good.
So here we have a list of just some healthy snack ideas. Apple slices dipped in peanut butter, low or no fat, unsweetened yogurt with berries, low fat cottage cheese with tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers, or peppers dipped in hummus, celery topped with peanut butter and raisins, and hard-boiled eggs, a whole whole wheat roll, and lettuce. And can anyone's, is there anything else that's considered a healthy snack, maybe that you like to eat, or something that's not on the list?
And I know there are some people that are still hopping on and joining us. So we said in the beginning, feel free when we ask questions like this to unmute yourself and talk, or if you feel more comfortable typing it in the chat, that's fine. Either way, we can read it out loud. And so your mute and your chat buttons will be at the bottom of your Zoom window as well.
You might also be able to hold the spacebar button down and it'll unmute it for you. That works on some people's computers, so it's worth a try if that's something that's easier for you guys to do.
Good point, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to, and we have a similar question at the end, so be thinking about as we talk, some healthy snack ideas or some things that you might like. I'm with Morgan, I like carrots. I like to add some hummus. I'm a salty gal rather than a sweet gal. I see someone raising their hand. Do you want to unmute yourself? Sorry, it doesn't have your name on there.
I like to have cauliflower. That's
Ooh,
my
that's a good
favorite vegetable to have
That is a good one.
at lunchtime.
I like that one.
There's one I like that I don't see on here. Sometimes just getting a handful.
Broccoli.
And broccoli is a good one too.
Yep, go ahead, Ashley. I see you raising your hand. You can unmute yourself.
Yogurt.
Yeah. Yogurt's always good.
So to kind of get your wheels turning, we're going to go to a video that actually has some members of our team, including myself and Morgan and Lindsay in it. And we're going to talk about some of our favorite snacking and meal ideas while we're healthy at home, featuring Lindsay's adorable children.
Nice to see everybody for our inclusive nutrition team meeting. Hey. Hello. Hi. So how have you all been staying healthy at home?
My pantry tip is staying hydrated and drinking more water. I know it's tempting to drink sodas, Gatorades, and other sugar.
Danielle, I can't hear the video anymore. Is anybody else having trouble hearing the video?
I can't really hear it either.
I can't hear it at all.
Oh, let me try. I might have to turn my sound. Oh, I got it. I figured it out. Troubleshooting. Is orange juice. So orange juice is going to have and healthy at home.
My pantry tip is staying hydrated and drinking more water.
Is that better?
I know it's tempting to drink sodas, Gatorades, and other sugary drinks, but water is your best go-to. It's recommended to drink 2 or more bottles of water every day. But honestly, any amount of water you get in your system is better for you than anything.
So the number one thing that I have to consider with my pantry tip is the fact that I'm a type 1 diabetic. So I always need a source of fat and sugar on hand in case I have low blood sugar. So the way that I do that, and my source of sugar of choice is orange juice. So orange juice is going to have that fast-acting glucose that I need in an emergency, and it's also going to have some added benefits like vitamin C that help with your immunity. Now, as far as snacking, my snack of choice is usually mozzarella cheese. So mozzarella cheese is low in carbs, which is great for me as a diabetic. Some protein. However, you do need to be careful with cheese because it does have a fair amount of saturated fat. So being sure to eat it in moderation is really important, and going for those lighter colored cheese like mozzarella and feta cheese over something like cheddar cheese is going to be a little bit healthier of an option for you and have a little bit less saturated fat. So that's how I am staying healthy at home.
So some of the staples that I like to have in my house, especially for breakfast, is I like to make egg scrambles. You can really put anything that you've got in your fridge. I like to use ham and cheddar cheese, a little bit of salt and pepper, but you can put spinach, peppers, onions, really anything that you've got in your fridge. Anything that you would put on an omelet, you could put in this. I like to just break an egg in a cup, put whatever toppings I like in there, throw it in the microwave for 45 seconds, and you've got a nutritious hot breakfast that is a lot better than reaching for those easy things like donuts and sugary cereals that really isn't going to give you the nutritious fuel that you need to start your day.
So as someone who really enjoys having fruits and vegetables, but also wants to follow the recommendations to limit my number of trips to the grocery store, something I've found to be very helpful is frozen produce. So this includes purchasing frozen fruits and vegetables at the grocery store, but also I do enjoy having fresh produce. So something I'll do, for example, is I'll buy a bunch of bananas, and then when the bananas start to get brown or too ripe, what I'll do is I'll peel them and cut them up, and I'll put them in Tupperware and freeze them so that I can still have banana in my morning smoothies without having to return to the grocery store.
All right, girls, what is our personal pantry tip today? What is it?
I got canola.
That's right. We have snack 2 times a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon so that we don't overeat. Good.
It's time for snack time. I have down syndrome.
These are great snack options because they're already in their single serving sizes. And what I really like about these is that we're having fruit and vegetables where we can. Also being mindful of the added sugars, especially because of Caroline and her need to have a low sugar diet. So that's something that you're considering about or thinking about how many calories. The fact that we have some carrots hidden in here, and then also that we have 0 added sugars. Same thing for our fruit rolls. It's a good thing we're not having too many calories. And again, I've got 0 added sugars. And here on the package here of our strawberry, I'm actually hiding in the ingredients. There's even some carrot extract hidden in there as well.
Hi everyone, I'm going to show you what I do with a few of my kitchen staples.
We will send out that video to y'all with the link if you want to go back and review it. There's lots of hidden gems in there, but we'll keep it moving. So what we're going to do next is we've talked about kind of what makes a healthy snack, some healthy snack ideas, but I think for a lot of people that's not the hardest part. I think we all kind of know what's healthy, but it's really keeping, making those healthy choices and keeping those routines. That is kind of the hardest part to eating healthy sometimes. So Morgan is going to go through a bunch of helpful tips to staying on track and making those healthy snack choices to be successful. You're muted, Mo. There you go.
Okay, there we go. So staying hydrated. It's important to stay hydrated by drinking water. I know it's tempting to drink something else like soda because not everybody likes water, but it's important to drink 2 or more bottles of water every day, even when we're spending a lot of time at home. One thing I'm doing to make sure I'm drinking plenty of water is I'll drink 1 bottle of water and then I'll save the bottle and just refill it. So it is important to drink water, avoid sugary drinks, and then for flavor, add fruit. And then I know it sounds weird, but sometimes you may not be hungry. You may just be thirsty. So try a bottle of water or drinking water. And if that doesn't work, then just drink water before a snack. Maybe you're just thirsty and not hungry. And then don't skip breakfast. 1, it's the most important meal of the day. And then breakfast refuels your body after a night of resting. It energizes you for the new day, then prevents you from overeating or snacking later in the day. So something I've learned is instead of eating like donuts or whatever you eat, I've noticed I just keep snacking. So I've been eating energy bars, and that gets me through the day where I won't eat as much snacks. And then hide the unhealthy snacks. It's helpful to keep unhealthy snacks out of sight. Avoid being tempted to snack. For example, I hide the chips in the pantry, but put carrots or grapes somewhere easy to see. Be mindful of empty snacking. Are you hungry or just bored? It's easy to snack when you're bored. Do things that keep you busy. Watch TV, play with your pets, sit outside, and enjoy the sunshine. So when I'm home alone and I'm bored, I've noticed that especially now, I've been snacking a lot. But I've been getting better I like to exercise when I'm bored. Just gives me something to do and keep my mind off of snacking.
And one thing that I just thought of too, Morgan, as Lindsay said, one of my favorite snacks is chips. So it's very dangerous for me to sit down and watch something and have a bag of chips with me, because you're just mindlessly eating as you're watching. And then before you know it, the whole bag of chips is gone. So making sure that I don't do that is really helpful too.
And it's very easy to do. It's very easy to sit down, get a bag of chips or whatever you like to snack on, and just go to town.
Go to town, exactly.
Eat more fruits and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables help boost your immune system. A piece of fruit or a serving of veggies makes a quick and easy snack. So it's important to eat fruits and vegetables. They're good for you and help keep you healthy and build your immune system. And they taste good. At least some of them do. I like to add fruits and vegetables to my lunch, especially carrots or grapes. And then wash your fruits and vegetables. Scrub under cold water before eating, cutting, or cooking, unless prepackaged, but wash your hands. And don't use soap. Before eating, cutting, or cooking fruits and vegetables, it's important to wash them. Put them under cold running water and gently scrub them with your hands. If they are prepackaged, you don't need to wash them, but be sure to wash your hands after touching the package. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention does not recommend washing fruits and vegetables with soap or other cleaners. You risk eating soap, which is not good for you. Also, it doesn't taste very good. Plan ahead. Creating a grocery list is a good way to make sure you're keeping healthy snacks at home. Shop when you're not hungry, or bring a healthy snack with you to avoid hungry impulse buying. Be involved in shopping or making the grocery list. So I know something I do when I don't always go to the grocery, but I help make a list. So my mom or whoever is going to the store for me, they'll ask if I want anything. So with that being said, is there anyone here that shops for themselves or help make a grocery list for their parent or whoever's going to the store for them.
We can do a simple thumbs up, thumbs down. No, I'm always very involved in the grocery list. Yeah, so thinking, you know, maybe if you don't have those healthy snacks that we talked about, but you like them, you know, being involved with whoever does your grocery shopping might be a good first step to getting those healthy foods that you want.
Alternatives to fresh food. Make your snacks last longer. Freeze produce before it goes bad. Buy non-perishables like nuts, jerky, and bread, fruit, or dried fruit. If you buy lots of fresh food and don't want stuff to go bad, you can freeze it. Another option is to buy frozen and canned food. This can include vegetables, fruits, or meats. These last longer, so you can limit how often you need to go to the store and make sure you always have healthy snacks on hand. Bonus tip, snacks to go. Wipe off containers. Use your own plates, forks, cups, etc. Wash your hands before eating or use hand sanitizer if you're on the go. When you order food to go, even if you social distance, chances are lots of hands have touched your food. It's important to wipe off containers. You may want to use your own plates and eating utensils. You may also consider pouring your to-go drink into your own reusable cup. Also, don't forget to wash your hands before you eat. So when you're at a restaurant or something, or get something to go, think about how many people have touched that food or that container. So it's very important to wash containers or utensils off. And then what are some healthy snacks that you plan to eat, or something that you like to eat that's a healthy snack?
We're wrapping up the 30 minutes here, so we'll use this as a good closing question for all the things that we've talked about. So, and even if, you know, we talked about something else that you want to put in the chat or raise your hand about, like, oh, I never thought of that, I'm going to try that. I encourage y'all to participate one last time as we close this out. I hope y'all learned something. And like I said, we can send out the link to the video and send out these slides if you would want to review them after the fact. And Amy, I saw a hand raised. You feel free to unmute yourself. Or if Lindsay, you can unmute her, Amy Ballinger.
I don't have the ability to unmute you myself, but I don't know, Michael's got his hand up. He's unmuted if we want to start there.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
I would say for me, a healthy snack that I usually eat is cheese or nuts.
Those are my go-tos too. Cheese is a good one. In moderation, but cheese is a good one.
In moderation.
Come on. You have to wait until they call me.
Anybody else have anything that they were excited to learn about or to try?
See it, Paul.
Grapes.
Grapes are a good one.
Ashley, you're unmuted now if you want to go ahead.
Or watermelon.
Watermelon's a good one. Go ahead, Ashley.
What about bananas?
Is there like chocolate donut?
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Katie put in the chat low carb cheese wraps. Those are a good one. You guys have great ideas. Does anybody have a vegetable they like to snack on? There's lots of fruit. Someone did say cauliflower earlier. Mary put in the chat leftover pizza question mark.
Maybe Mary has spinach on her pizza.
And yeah, just a little bit of cheese, maybe one slice would be a good snack. Some cheese and
Maybe.
some veggies on.
Moderation.
Morgan, I think my favorite tip that I learned from you today was about making sure you're not snacking when you're bored.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so making sure that we're eating when we're hungry, not because we don't have anything else to do. So that was my favorite tip that you had, and I know.
Awesome, great. Does there anybody have any questions? So Lindsay's going to go over just a couple housekeeping items to wrap this up and tell you about our next Wellness Wednesday the next 2 weeks. But if there's any questions about anything we talked about, feel free.
Yeah, so really, really proud of you guys for joining us today and talking about healthy snacking with Morgan. And Morgan has already done this presentation before as well, so he's pretty an expert when it comes to talking to people about snacking. But it's still hard, right, Morgan? It's not an easy thing to be.
It is, especially during this pandemic and staying at home.
That's right. So that's why we all need to keep doing this and come together and be able to talk more and ask questions and think about things. And healthy snacking was an easy topic to start with. And then Desiree is going to talk to us next week about how to build a healthy plate. So thinking about when we're eating our meals and what does that look like to be healthy. And then the week after that, Katie's going to be talking to us about, now that we know what we're eating, how much of it should we be eating, making sure that we're having the right serving sizes. And so we'll be talking about that. And if it all goes well this month, we'll continue trying to have some Wellness Wednesdays in the coming months as well. And you guys can give us topics that you want us to talk about, and we'll bring in some other guest speakers and things like that. So we're really excited to get this started. It's the same link to register. If you registered for this one, you should hopefully get everything coming as well for the 19th and the 26th. And so tell your friends and tell your teammates and have more people join us to talk more about ways to stay healthy. And then the very last thing to mention is that we are doing this as a favor to the Special Olympics International team and trying to see how we can be staying healthy remotely. So we will have an evaluation survey that gets sent out. So we ask that when you get that in your email to make sure that you answer those questions and let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and what we can do better so that we can keep having these opportunities to have these Wellness Wednesdays together. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Good. I see some head nods, some smiles, some thumbs up. Perfect. Okay. Does anybody have any questions while you've got us here? Like we mentioned, Danielle and I are clinical directors, so we both have a lot of education and experience and background in doing health promotion stuff. And when you're having your summer games, we have the health promotion tent set up where we do fun stuff and give out fun treats and talk about being healthy. Those are the cool things that we do. So take this opportunity to not hold back and ask us questions about ways that you guys want to think about being healthy. You.
Desiree, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just need to know, will you send the link out on Facebook again? Because on the email, it didn't come to me. It wouldn't let me sign up for, it had to go on Facebook, for this Wellness Wednesday this first time. But go back out on Facebook again.
Yep.
Yep. Danielle, if you go back a slide, the bit.ly link that's on that slide should be active, and we can add that to the chat box as well. And that way, if anybody did have trouble registering, if we send links in chat, but if so, you might be able to click it today and
yes. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else? Any questions?
Oh, I do.
Okay, well, on the next slide is all the information to stay in touch with Danielle and I. Like I mentioned before, we partner with Special Olympics, but we work for the University of Kentucky as well as Morgan, and Wellness 4KY is our handle, our social media, our website. If anybody needed to email us, we also have a great YouTube channel. So the Pantry Tips video that we had today is on there, and then also a lot of other great videos, including some Morgan's musings where he does some fun interview videos. So definitely get involved with what we do and stay connected.
Oh, got my glasses.
Okay. If nobody has anything else, then we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Oh, go ahead, Ashley. or the group that's with Ashley?
When you drink water all the time and before and after you play sports.
Yep, you
Mhm.
got it. Especially
It's-
right now because it's been so hot recently.
Mhm.
That's really important to
A
remember.
lot of people during sports drink Gatorade, which is good, but water is the one that's way better for you.
I go in.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like playing baseball, softball, you can get lots of drinks of water after you're done on the field.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay. Well, if anybody doesn't have any other questions or anything else, we're really glad to see you today. Thank you so much for joining us, and definitely come back next week. And Desiree is going to talk to us about building a healthy meal. We'll look forward to hearing all about that.
Yes, as long as this goes back on Facebook this time, because it wouldn't let me do it again on your chat.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye.